our stars, Josh Watts, going for Wade King for Davenport Assumption. Assumption has rolled up a victory already in Double-A. Boy, they took it from day one.
And Wade King is the Coach of the Year. Wade King out of Coe College and has been at Davenport Assumption for a number of years. Really built a great program, winning it back in '95 and winning again in '98. And in the green and white right there is Trent Goodale from Osage, also a freshman. So two freshmen going at it, but one freshman, that Knight from Davenport Assumption, is 44-0 as a freshman. Goodale 31-3, not too shabby. And Goodale going for a takedown right there to get it
on by Goodale of Osage. Forced right into him. These are the 103-pounders. The principal official, the lead official here is Rich Gray of St. Charles. He's the one out in the center of the mat. He'll have some assistants on the side. But it's a 2-minute first period, as you know, the 2-minute second period, and the 2-minute third. Now we're going to show you the other matches, 1A and 3A up in the corners. Joe Reiter from Gilbertville Don Bosco against undefeated Jesse Sundell of Ogden in the 1A at the top. And the Lamar's wrestler, undefeated Brian Hesenius against Council Bluffs Lewis Central's Chad Davis in the AAA. We'll keep an eye on those as we go.
What you're looking at here in 2A with Josh Watts and Trent Goodale are the #1 and #2 ranked wrestlers coming into this tournament in the state. #2 ranked on top right now, 2-0. Josh Watts, a freshman, 44-0, #1 ranked. And Goodale a little bit high right here. What Watts wants to do is shake him off.
He wants to shake him out and come out the back door, which is behind him if he could. He has about 55 seconds to go, and it's not going to work because it's a stalemate. The referee calls him back off. It's Rich Gray who brings them back out again. 103 pounds at 2A.
And here, come on.
Terrific tournament by Davenport Assumption, whose man in red there is trailing here by 2 points, 2-0. Now trying to switch. Power switch. Can he get his hips out? Well, he's going to go out of bounds before he does.
Well, Goodale did a nice job of casting his body back over because Watts was coming around for the switch, but Goodale just jumped his hips back over the hips of Watt there. Did a nice job.
Goodale got here by 2 close wins in the preliminaries, the first round in the quarters, and then on his 15th birthday, he got a pin over Justin McClintock of St. Edmunds of Fort Dodge in the semifinals. Here comes young man from Davenport Assumption. Watts around, but he still cannot get away. Goodale's holding him in.
Well, Goodale's doing something that the other wrestlers along the way have not been able to do. Watts winning 13-0 in his first round, 10-0 in his second round, and 10-3 in the semis. And now all of a sudden he's running into a tougher competition. And you know, you'd expect this. The #1 and #2 ranked wrestlers in the state coming into the tournament. Here they are Saturday night going up against each other.
So 5 seconds to go here in the first period. The 2-minute first period, which started on the feet. Although Watts made the first shot, Goodale made the second one, and it counted. He took Watts down 2-0 here. And it looks like the period's going to end this way. A nice ride through the last half of the period and more, almost the entire period, by Trent Goodale. Okay,
there's Wade King there on the right hand, Coach of the Year for 2A, Davenport Assumption, already the state champion coach as well.
Goodale wants to go up on his feet. He had the choice.
He didn't want to go underneath Josh Watts.
He did pretty well the first time around. Now Watts is going to have to really push it here to get those 2 points back. 2-0 in favor of the young man in white and green, Trent Goodale from Osage, a great wrestling town in history. Here comes Watts. He doesn't have the takedown yet, but there he does.
You're down, green.
So it's tied, 2-2.
In 1A, the score is 5-3 in favor of Jesse Sundell from Ogden over Joe Reiter from Gilbertville Don Bosco with 1:10 left in the second period.
At the whistle with about 1:40 to go in this 2-minute second period, Watts goes to work on top. Stunts the first move of Trent Goodale.
Fingers, get them all into there.
Tries to tie up underneath. Now it's just a tight waist and a crunch on the near side, which is plenty good. You know, he's tough at it.
Go, guys, just pick it up a little.
You can hear the official, Rich Gray, asking him to move up there, step on the gas a little bit, a little more velocity, guys. There's a tilt, the 2-on-1 tilt. for back points by Watts. He doesn't have them over yet.
Well, you can see why Goodale did not want to go underneath Watts. Watts very tough on top. He's punishing, actually, and makes himself very heavy, controls the hips, and he makes you look bad, too. Bad enough that the referee calls you for stalling, and that's just what happened to Goodale from Osage.
Trent Goodale got called for stalling.
They met once earlier this year, and Watts won 7-4 in a dual tournament. That was over a month ago, and Goodale losing 4-7.
Set.
All right, now here is Trent Goodale. 2 freshmen. Can you believe that? How much you're going to see them in coming years. These are terrific wrestlers. Here is Watts, still looking for ways to tilt. You see he's working on that 2-on-1 underneath. I'd like to hoist Goodale up and tip him over on his back.
One of these
Tilts that the freestylers have used for years and years and years, but it's come into folk style wrestling more and more as the last 10 or 12 years has gone by, 10 or 15 years. Now he switches tactics.
Looking at 3/4 Nelson right there, trying to bring him through. He's got the leg trapped and kind of bring the head down to the knee and tuck him under there for a near fall, but he's not going to get it done. Good match in 3A, 10-7 in favor of Brad Hessenius from Lamar's over Chad Davis from Council Bluffs, Lewis Central. Very active match, 10-7 with a little more than a minute left in the match.
There's the end of the second period here at 103 pounds. We start the first weight in the high school championships for 1998. It's 2-2. Goodale takes a shot at Josh Watts of Davenport Assumption to try to break this 2-2 tie. What can happen? You see Watts with a wizard, but I don't think he can hold it. He can't. Goodale takes him down again.
Good job on the feet right there. I'll bet that's one of the first times Watts been taken down twice anyway in this replay right here. The wizard doesn't hold out because Goodale crowds those hips, goes to the torso there, crowds him, locks him up, and gets the 2 points.
When he's that close, it's just an arm hanging in there. That's all it is. It's not a wizard anymore. And so, here's Goodale riding on top. Now, remember, in the first period, he got in here and he rode Watts all the way out. There's no such thing as riding time. But Watts has one little thing going for him, and that's that Goodale was warned for stalling in the second period. So, Trent on top is going to have to keep active. He'd hate to make this a little closer by a penalty, but it's 4-2 with 1:10 to go. Tim, it's often happens in high schools. The good guys are not used to being on the bottom very much, and they don't know how to get out very well.
Well, we talked about it before as we see the Coach of the Year, Wade King, right there, just taking a seat. Wade King, Davenport Assumption, going just won his second title in 4 years.
4-2 in favor of Goodale. Now on his feet. 4-3.
You're down, still down.
4-3. There was a point given for stalling against Goodale by the officials. Rich Gray called it. It's 4-3 now with a minute left to go. 4-3.
That's Rod Gull that we were looking at right there.
Oh, here comes Rich. Here comes now it's Goodale on his back in a pinning position with a lot of time left. 45 seconds. Watch it.
Well, if you're smart right there, you use this as a ride. You settle in. You don't do anything to... But Goodale gets back to his base, but he needs to move because now it's 8-4.
8-4. He got the 2 points for the reversal, made it 5-4, then 3 points for holding him in the near fall position for at least 5 seconds. What a change. We now have 25 seconds to go. 2 freshmen, Josh Watts, a state champion team. They've already settled it, Davenport Assumption against Osage's Trent Goodale. And it looks awfully good for Watts right now, Tim.
It really does, and we saw how tough a rider he is, but right there is not what he wants to do. He's going for a little bit more. Look at this hand!
That makes it 8-6. Reversal.
He's so close!
Back points! He's holding him in the back position. How many points did he get?
Did he get any?
If he got 2, it's tied, and they'll go to overtime. He did, I think. 8-6 by the
No, they gave no points.
8-6 red.
They gave no points.
Didn't hold him for 2 seconds. That's how close it was.
Great match.
A great match, and Josh Watts is the winner. And I'll tell you, he's like a survivor after that one.
Can't believe he tried to tilt there at the end, but, you know, as a freshman, just to be out there, going for the championship, 2 freshmen, great competitors.
They want to do the best. You know, they want to do what they do all the time. That's what you do when you're a freshman. Well, I'll tell you what. We're going to go down for a floor report to Dean Board.
Presenting the Class 2A 103-pound awards. Coach Wade King of Davenport Assumption. 6th place, Tom Sweeney, Council Bluffs, St. Albert. 5th place, Justin McClintock, Fort Dodge, St. Edmunds. 4th place, Ryan Thompson, Norwalk. 3rd place, Bart Miller, LaPorte City Union. Runner-up, Trent Goodale, Osage. And the Class 2A 103-pound champion from Davenport Assumption, Josh Watts.
Attaboy, Josh. Someday you'll be wondering, you'll be saying, I took all that hair off on purpose? But that won't be for another 50 years yet. Congratulations to Josh Watts. Now